Disclaimer. For those who do not like true crime content, you will not like this video, and I would suggest you find something else to watch. I will not hold back if the story is graphic, so please don't watch if you don't like things that can get graphic, because true crime content often is. Alrighty, otherwise, enjoy the video. Thanks. Moon Princess here, and tonight I'm gonna tell you about a case that happened in Virginia. It's the case of Jennings and the murder of Graciela Letizia Marandino. So, Grace Marandino is described as a sweet girl or woman. She was 31. She graduated from Jeb Stuart High School in Falls Church, Virginia in 95. She went to Nova for 2 years and obtained training as a vet tech. At the time of her death, she was working in a vet clinic in Alexandria, studying to be a veterinarian. She was married to Mario Jennings Jr., who was born on 9/11/72, and he is currently about 47 years old. He often went by the name Junior, so I also wanted to explain my reasons for researching this case in particular. I chose to research this case because I used to work at a restaurant that, prior to his arrest at some point, he had been working at as a cook. So I used to work at the Virginia Grill Room restaurant in Occoquan, Virginia. It is no longer there. Not that long ago, I think past couple years, it was done away with, and there's a different restaurant, but he was a cook there. And my coworkers that I worked with knew this guy, and they knew about what had happened, and they told me about it, and it gave me chills. But yeah, the latest he could have worked there was 2008, but I'm not sure. I worked there from 2010 to 2012, so it's like, this is kind of freaky. Anyways, when he committed the crimes I'm gonna mention, he was 36 years old. Again, Junior and Grace were married. They lived in Woodbridge. They lived at 15281 Valley Stream Way in the Ripon Landing area of Woodbridge. On the day of the murder, which was a Monday, the couple was reported to have been in a physical altercation early in the day, and that Grace had become unconscious. However, some have speculated about that and whether it was early Monday morning or late Sunday night. So, firefighters arrived at the fire that occurred at 12:47 a.m. Monday and later found Marandino dead inside. Next door neighbors reportedly heard a man screaming for help amidst the blaze, though did not hear any female screaming, which leads us to suspect that she remained unconscious for the entire event preceding the blow from that physical altercation. Jennings was discovered to have set 2 separate fires in 2 different areas of the townhouse, as his wife was laying there, injured and unconscious on the ground. According to the medical examiner, the cause of her death was smoke inhalation caused by the fires. Also, Jennings sustained injuries related to the blaze. He obtained hospital treatment before being released. Upon investigation, police were able to determine that Mario was the one who committed the crime and, who burned his house down, trying to kill his wife, which he did. He killed his wife. Junior was charged with felony murder and arson in the death of his 31-year-old wife, Graciela Letizia Marandino, who died in the fatal house fire Monday, November 17th. This was reported by media on Wednesday, November 19th, 2008. Junior was arrested November 18th, 2008, and was held without bond in Prince William Regional Jail. He could have potentially faced a maximum of life plus 40 years in prison on the 2 charges against him, but this is not what happened. Due to no forensic, which is like, will no longer prosecute. was serving in the penitentiary for 20 years consecutively, and I believe he should be out by 2029. So here's my speculation on why he committed the crimes. So, regarding the altercation, I would speculate that he thought she was cheating, maybe that he did not like her having a family at work and outside of the home. Maybe he did not like how many people loved her. Maybe he was jealous. He wanted her to focus all her energy on him, right? And those angers fueled the fires that led to his actions. The other reason that I would think that he behaved the way that he did is because she wanted to leave him. That is, to me, the most likely scenario is that she made it clear that she was getting the fuck out, and he panicked, and he hit her, and then he lit the fire to make it like, oh, she accidentally died, or whatever. But yeah, in a lot of these domestic violence situations, it's when women are trying to leave that they die, because their intimate partner has nothing left to lose, because they'll be gone, you know? And if they can't have, then nobody should, is their attitude oftentimes. It's really chilling. So more on the victim. A service was held in her honor Friday, November 28th, 11 days following her death. It was held from 2 to 4 p.m. at Domain Funeral Home, 520 South Washington Street, Alexandria, Virginia. So, regarding her work and their response to her loss, Jeffrey Newman, owner of Caring Hands Animal Hospital of Arlington Ridge, spoke of Grace as being like a daughter to him. As his first team member, upon opening the animal hospital, after meeting her at 15, he helped her become a vet tech. He and co-owner Dr. Michelle Vituli also helped her and Mario pay for their wedding reception. Her work team was her family. Newman even gave Grace away at her wedding. Vituli and Newman ended up paying for Grace's funeral when they were unable to track down any of her biological family. So I could not find anything on her family. Nothing. It was bizarre. There's not a lot on the internet on this case. So Newman said, and this is a direct quote, "You don't normally think you're going to be helping to plan the funeral of your employee. Still, all of my employees know that I will do anything for them." Office manager Karen Mullins describes the loss as absolutely devastating, that the laughter, camaraderie, and energy of the team felt like it died when Grace did. All of the staff of 32 people struggled to grieve the loss in their own way. Newman said, "I think my inability to keep it together gave everybody permission to grieve how they wanted," and he categorized himself as a worst-case scenario. He describes that he could not talk without losing it. Even over a year after the incident, he found it difficult to maintain his composure during an interview about when discussing the loss of Grace. He brought his staff a grief counselor and privately sought his own. They had group sessions where staff were able to talk about their memories, and the things that made them laugh. Team members struggled with clients asking about Grace, especially considering how she died. Their clients also loved Grace as much as the staff did. According to the office manager, Mullins, following her death, her coworkers memorialized her cubby and had a journal placed in the office for them to write things to her. According to Newman, the hospital went so far as to, in Grace's honor, provide fee-free vet service to a local women's shelter for women seeking safety from domestic violence, interpersonal violence, to allow them to bring their animals with them when they leave. On the anniversary of her death, clinic staff went out together and treated it as a birthday celebration for Grace and her memory. Unfortunately, this past January, another vet tech, Lauren Whitestone, also passed away. And in the end, they basically she had worked as a receptionist at the animal hospital, the same one that Grace worked at, obviously. She trained as well 2 years at Nova to become a vet tech. She graduated from that program in 2007,